So yeah, it's modded. I also got a new microphone, so I'm sorry if there's like static or whatnot in it. But yeah, I guess like the biggest game is Secrets of the Mint. I cannot wait for that to come out. I wish my game would actually be really good. Because, you know, it's modded. There's like the backstage and whatnot, but I can't even explore it be- only because it will deload. Uh, Here's the hallway that's supposed to be here, but it doesn't load in. Why not? Because my game is weird. I don't know. My game is, I guess, like kind of off. And it's not like there's been anything new. Also, if Security Breach added this, like this in between stage right here, it would have been so much better than whatever the fuck they had. Uh, yeah, because this looks 10 times better. I do not know why there's motion blur. I'm sorry for the viewers who have to deal with motion blur. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry. Unlock everything, which means this gets me everything. Uh, so I don't know about that. Like honestly, I think, fuck, what the hell is giving me motion blur? Motion blur is literally the worst thing. Yeah, but it cleans up everything. Makes it look so much better. Like, look at this. It looks 10 times better. No, there's obviously like SD effects, but not. Oh, I got time jump. No, it's whatever. Like this looks kind of plain, but it still looks nice.
Freddy, are you okay?
Ain't nobody care about you, Freddy.
Is there anything I can do? Of course I will.
Yeah, but it also like, cleans up this. That's really nice. I love it. Yeah, Secrets of the Mint is gonna be really cool. Bonnie's death is. I guess I could explain it in here. In this game. Like, Bonnie's death was 100%. It wasn't. It wasn't Monty, and here's why I think that. I'll tell you. Now,
Okay, I'll do my best.
from the posters, fuck. The sun's still following me. From the posters, like the billboards when they're like wandering around, there's Foxy, and you know there's like every single one of them. I know they're not exact, but like it's still close enough. There's still Chica, there's still Freddy, there's that, and it just seems so off to like replace Foxy with Roxy. Yeah, I know they're both foxes, but like Bonnie being replaced with Monty, it was so obvious. But I need to get infinite stamina. Hold on. Infinite stamina. And it. Now I'm only just using based off this. Now I really think that Monty didn't do it. But you know, you see all these or not. Where's Foxy? Foxy somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. So there's this big replica version of him, which could have been used for the daycare. Well, guess what he has? Claws. in there. Now on every other thing, like say Monty's thing, he doesn't have claws like that. Yeah, Monty's over here. There's no claws. That makes oh, that we cannot count that. But in there, he doesn't have claws. He just doesn't have claws. It's so obvious. I don't want to go in there, really. I thought Monty was on there. Yeah, look, he doesn't have claws. It makes zero sense for motive of having Monty getting his hands dirty, ripping up Bonnie. And the whole thing doesn't make any sense. Because, yeah, he could be used for parts for shit, burn trap. But yet again, it makes no sense. Like if they wanted that, they could have just built him shit. They didn't need to like rip apart an animatronic to get parts like that. And even still, if it's expense cost, do it to Monty. Monty's like so much unwell known. It makes zero sense to do it to Bonnie, just because he's like one of the main fours. Monty's not even part of the main force. Like he's not even in the equations. It just makes zero sense. So like if they really wanted to like tear apart animatronic, they could have just done it to Monty, not Bonnie. It makes zero sense to me. Because everybody would miss Bonnie, and you know he's one of the big things, which could be intentional. Even if Bonnie was like on the bad terms, to just memory reboot that stuff. You don't need to destroy an entire animatronic just because it was plotting against you or not. You just reboot the memory and all that stuff. You don't, or just reinstall everything. Even stuff for testing, like just do it on Bonnie. And I think there used to be a Glamour Foxy, not Roxy, Foxy. And I think he was in charge of the daycare. These Foxys he's always been like off to the side. He's never been really in the big cast. Unlike Bonnie, well, Freddy and Bonnie and Chica, they were like always together. Like on the FNAF 1, they're on the stage or not. But Bonnie was on his own in his Pirates Cove, and this is Kids Cove. I think this was called Kids Cove, Pirates Cove. Where's the sign? I think it's out here. Yeah. Wait, come back soon. Oh, that's come back soon. Yeah, Kids Cove, right there. So he's always been off to the side. He's never really been up there with the big three, or I guess big four now. And my theory is that because you know he's like off to the side and whatnot, and used to be the daycare attendant, which we know that Sun was not the original daycare attendant. He was the theater. But I think he was used to go. He was the thing that was put in a fight with Bonnie, and I guess he was beat up too much where they couldn't like replace him, which still doesn't make sense to me at all. Like even if Bonnie was, it's still cheaper to, instead of just like covering up, just like repair him or not. You don't need to get rid of him completely and do, because it's logistically it's so much more expensive to do that versus just actually repairing the damn animatronic. And not mention all the like the endoskeletons that they have. Like they have so many replacements. It's just the panels, so it's not like they have to rebuild like the entire thing. It makes zero sense to me also, and it makes zero sense why not just to rebuild these things. I mean, I understand like he was absolutely like destroyed and mangled or not, but you just need to get the platings because they have like they have like the endoskeletons. Like they have a bunch of them just laying around in the basement, and I know they're like be like training them to like capture like capture kids or whatnot and cause harm. But like to me, it just makes zero sense logistically or whatnot. But I think it's Foxy because he's not in here. Something happened to Foxy. We don't know what happened, which I think he got into a fight with Bonnie. He won it obviously because he got the hook and the claws. I don't know why a fox like a daycare attendant needs claws, but it's whatever. Because all the other posters, like all the other things of the animatronics, they have no claws. Like if you look at every other thing of them, they're depicted with no claws, which would make sense. But they didn't need to like absolutely completely replace Bonnie with Monty. It just doesn't make sense to me. He's the only one with claws that's depicted with claws. Every other animatronic is not. And not mentioning that's like the only version of Foxy we have. Well, we also got the posters, but like the posters don't really count. I don't think they should count at all. But logistically, it makes like absolutely zero sense. And I'm mentioning, I want them to add survival mode. Like they need to add survival mode. Well, they don't need to, but well, I guess they should not have to. They don't have to do it, but they should really add it because it was originally part of the game. And that's the reason why there's a bunch of like, cut content is because this was originally meant to be like you roaming around and whatnot. And the things it became really hard to run, as you can tell. I don't have all the cut content. I can't wait for like the Blast of the Past to come out. Like I'm actually gonna be really excited for that to come out. Your sign here called blah blah blah. But yeah, you originally were just meant to like run around and escape the animatronics and constantly be on the move, which makes sense. And Freddy was originally meant to be chasing you. He was not meant to be your friend, but they changed it because it was just too much and it couldn't handle it. The lore standpoint was still going to be the same. We didn't really miss out on any lore, but like Vanessa was going to have a huge role in survival. They just never added it, which is sad. Even though they said that they would, they still haven't, and it's been like 5 years, I think. They still like they added cameras and that stuff, but there's a whole nother like game mode that they haven't even worked on. It seems like, and I know that they're working on Secrets of the Mimic, and I can't wait for that to come out because it's more lore things. To be honest, like who's gonna care about another game mode that is not gonna add any like lore standpoint? It's just another fun game mode to make Security Breach more fun. And it would be way better to have it in all these other cut areas and whatnot. But it's not gonna add anything, and not mentioning we already seen it. We haven't seen Secrets of the Mimic, so I want them to work on Secrets of the Mimic more than whatever they were doing. I don't want them to work on this unless. And I want them to work on Secrets of the Mimic and actually get like a good game. But there wasn't that much removed. The thing is, when we first got Security Breach, they didn't really remove any of it. What they did instead of removing it is that they just like made it so the game wouldn't load it. And then they eventually removed it when people were complaining that it was like 80 gigabytes to install. But yeah, it was gonna be a much bigger game than it was, and we were never really meant to get like the story mode or not. It was just supposed to be survival, but they had to change it. What the? Huh? Oh, that's interesting. That's probably the mod that's being weird. But it just... It's just sad, you know, to see all that like that. It's just... Why? They could have actually made it more fun. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. But we're going to go to Bonnie Bowl. But anyways, yeah, from the lore standpoint, it seems way better to fit Foxy. He's the only, like, everybody excludes Foxy. Like, this, I think that, basically, I think like Roxy's like the replacement of Foxy or whatnot. I don't, it doesn't really matter that much. Roxy was, here's what I think. I think Roxy was always meant to be up there. She was always meant to be up there. Right there. It makes 100% sense for that. Because you can have Roxy up there. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, interesting. So you can have Roxy right there, and then you can have Foxy in his own little kid's cove, being the daycare attendant. Makes sense. Now, I don't know why daycare attendant needs claws, but like, he's a fox, I guess. He's depicted with claws. No, he doesn't always have claws, but yeah, he has claws in the statue. Which, again, if he didn't have claws, and they added that would have been extra material costs and all that stuff. Logistically, adding claws to a statue that animatronic does not have claws makes 0 sense to me, and it makes 0 sense at all. I want to see like Glamrock Foxy, because Roxy had her own beauty salon, and you know she's over here, but Foxy had his own kid's cove. And it makes a lot of sense of Foxy being it, because that would explain why he's not here and something happened to him, because he was fighting Bonnie and killed Bonnie. Well, Monty was just roaming around in his own little part. Bonnie roamed around and got destroyed. Now, it also makes 0 sense of having a half-finished Pizzaplex. It's either it was rushed, or they built it. I mean, they did build it over a sinkhole, and it kept like collapsing, so they had to keep on repairing it. We're gonna go into Bonnie Bowl now. But yeah, I really think that we had Glamrock Foxy. And the elevators are just to help load, I guess.
Did you know that everyone loves pizza? Yes, it's true. Based on a double-blind study from a leading Fazbear publication and scientists, 100% of those questioned would choose pizza over any other food group, even people with wheat and dairy allergies. This has been another fun Faz fact.
Yeah, I don't think that's not it's true, but I love that they added that stuff. And I'm honestly kind of disappointed in Security Beach.
Gregory, did you read that message? It said there is a bag of Monty Mystery Mix behind the bowling alley. Chica goes cuckoo for Monty Mystery Mix.
The biggest disappointment I have is that, you know, it's because I added a mod, but they took rid of these. They were all finished. They were literally all finished, and they just cut them. But, yep, bye. Also, I got a mod for this too, so it looks better. They were all finished. It makes zero sense to me for any of it. And there's apparently door. Ruin also makes absolutely zero sense. You put on a mask and you can walk through walls that you haven't seen before. How does that make sense? It doesn't. Like, the answer is it doesn't make any sense. It makes literally zero. But yeah, the fact that this is still like it's constantly under construction makes literally like no sense either. Unless if they were building this for Roxy and it wasn't fully done. Because the beauty salon was in a mess and there was most likely a fight or something. Something happened in the beauty salon. I think that was probably 100% correct. But I think they were adding the track after. Because I think they added the track while mid-production, which makes a lot of sense of why it would be under construction and why they're still constructing it. Not that it's built over a sinkhole. The sinkhole is over there, and it leads that way, not underneath the track. So I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, they built the track over the sinkhole." Well, the sinkhole's over there, so like I don't know if they're on that. The sinkhole's over on that side. It goes through that side, not under the track. So they did not build the track over the sinkhole. I don't know why they said that. It makes zero sense. Like, even somehow if you were going down through the elevator, it went like spiraling down and fell, or not. Like, elevator wouldn't even do that. It doesn't like spin around like that. Because if it does, then the cable will snap and like die. Whatnot. Not much it's in like center block thing, so it shouldn't spin around. So yeah, the track goes up. Like the sinkhole's over there, not over here. So yeah, I don't know. They didn't build that, so I don't think it's because it's built over a sinkhole. I just think it's because they recently added it. And sure, like you should read the books or not. I'm just using logic and reason. Like logically, makes zero sense of why they would build a huge track over there. It's better to have a track here and have like an entrance, and then the sinkhole being on that side, where it's not built over top of the sinkhole. Because if it was built, if this whole thing was built over top of the sinkhole, then that would be really bad. Now I know there's tunnels, but like have a tunnel that will constantly collapse this part here, you would have to purposely do that, and it seems really stupid. And that means the tunnel would have collapsed, and we would not have this. It would have been like, it would be really bad. So yeah, logically speaking, I know FNAF is not logically like it's literally somebody got spring trapped and survived, but that's a part of lore. I'm just using like actually what's given, what's presented in Security Breach, what is presented in this. I've literally went and inspected like every single like thing in the game for like hours, and just because I just loved going to areas and then like staring at places, like being here and just staring at places, like just roaming around, talking, coming up with theories or whatnot. It was my favorite thing to do, and I love doing it. But you know, I don't think Bonnie was killed by Monty just because people think he did, and it was because the logs show that he went into his green room or not. And also, if he did, I don't think I think mechanics will just reset his like core drive. Like, even if the higher ups like didn't approve of it, I think they would have done it anyways. I mean, if you're like a technician who was working at animatronic and it just randomly went rogue and killed another one of your animatronics, you wouldn't go to like above and be like to like the people who fucking own it, like, I guess the CEO, and be like, yo, one of the animatronics just killed another one. Should I repair it? Like, should I reboot the memory or not? Well, I think what happened was Foxy attacked Bonnie, and then they got both put out of decommission. And I think it was just Will and Afton testing on Foxy. And I think that's why we never saw Foxy. Well, Bonnie's over here, just randomly like disarrayed, because it doesn't make sense. Like, he wasn't used at all for, what is it? Yeah, he wasn't used for parts for William Afton at all, or Bird Trap. He was never used for parts for Bird Trap. Well, I think Foxy was the one, because, you know, he had the claws that would not, and Burn Trap kind of have claws, but, you know, I don't know, like, Burn Trap is crazy. Because they had a fight, and then Foxy won, but they still, like, decommissioned, or maybe they both lost, and that's just why we don't see him in the room in Ruin, because they took him and used him for parts for Afton, which still doesn't make sense logically, because you can just use an endoskeleton. Even if you wanted to do that, it just still wouldn't make sense. And I know that William's obsession with like rabbits and whatnot, but like he already has Springtrap. It doesn't make sense for him to like to use a rabbit part. And not mentioning, I think he does use the endoskeleton parts, or maybe it's just like Foxy's endoskeleton. I really think Foxy's the one who did it. He's not seen it throughout any of the games, and the only reason why I say that is because, here, let me go on to Ruin. Go on to Ruin, and yeah, let's go here. Yes. I think this is where it's Bonnie's bowl. I don't know. At the, if not, I can just go back. It'll be fine. Because Roxy's race way was like, oh no, we're not. We have to go back. Fucking mission. Or was it this? Oh yeah, this was the burn trap area.
Why are there burners everywhere? It's like the inside of an oven.
Yeah, it also doesn't make, it makes literally 0 sense. For, hold on, we gotta look. You know, we got the kitchen. Monty's claws found one. Wait, is this the regular thing? Where's the? Where was it to? Wait, was it in here? We just missed it. Skips this. Oh, here. Bonnie Bowl. Bonnie Bowl main. Yeah, you can see all this stuff. It's in disarray or not, right? Ruin, I don't know what the hell happened, but even still, like, this shit wouldn't have happened. And I know, ooh, they're built over a sinkhole. Oh, here's the hallway that Vanessa was, like, gets roomed in. But, anyways, let's go to Bonnie. See, I know there's green, but that's paint. Now, if you see this, that does not look like claws. That looked like a hook, like went and dragged across. Because I know it's like, oh, it's 3, but that would be kind of uncomfortable to like do that. Not mentioning his hands are still here, and guess what? There's no claws. Neither with Monty. Monty does not have claws, and he didn't have claws at the time. I know people are like, oh, it's Monty, it doesn't matter. Well, I think this was intentional. Also, notice how like all of his fucking endoscouting parts, they're right here. There's a random staff part, but like otherwise, like they're right here. There's everything's right here. They didn't move anything, and yeah, there was a bowling ball that got slammed straight into his head and absolutely destroyed it. Interesting, it's purple. It's a purple bowling ball, meaning William was responsible for this. But also, look at that. That's a staff part being shoved into his arm. Like, that's not his at all. That's part of a staff bot right here. I think can you like go into it and see? Yeah, see, look, it's a staff bot part. It's so this was definitely personal. Yeah, you can actually see it right there. It was literally shoved straight into him. So this was personal business, and I think it was Foxy. And Foxy made it look like. And also, paint doesn't fucking scratch like that. Like you wouldn't have like random streaks like right there and right there. You wouldn't have that. So obviously, like if you had this stuff, it will leave a line. But if you're like digging into something on the sides, like on the like little sides of it, it would be green, like kind of like that. But it wouldn't be on top of it unless if you were like rubbing like that part. And if I know like he could have just used his bare hands to do it. Yeah, but if he did, that's not thick enough for his hand. That has to be a claw. Oh, and I think there's something. Yeah, right here. Look, this is like a stab, like a. Actually, no, that's not a stab hook. It's somewhere over here. I don't know. There's like a fucking hook. That's just a cord. It's like sticking out. Well, I'm trying to find it. I thought it was on his legs. I don't know. I found it like a while ago. I was explaining this thing really a while ago. Oh, also this. That means Foxy slashed with his claws here, and it took his hook and fucking slashed here, and shoved all the stuff up. It makes way more sense like that. But that's why I think it's like that. It's just, it doesn't have to be what you think. It's just what I think. And this whole thing makes zero sense to me. Like, I honestly think this is actually fucking weird. So, because how the hell does this like do that? It just makes zero sense. Also, you can see the purpleness kind of effect, but all the purpleness is, you know, around here. But there's not that much running, but that. So Bonnie obviously plugged himself into the system before he got killed. And then like the fucking snapbots are not even here. Like, oh yeah, Monty's Mystery Mix. Oh yeah, but this shit makes zero sense because that's like a wall. But you just walk right through it, so I don't get it. To me, it's weird as hell. But that's just me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like it, please subscribe and like. like this video and leave your suggestion on what I should post next in the comment section. Anyways, I'll see you. Bye bye.